Dungeon Doomhands Let's Talk Lore, a podcast.
I'm Spencer. This is Chris. Let's talk lore. Roll high and subscribe. Um, Chris, we usually build our characters name first, and then we do a whole bunch of traits, and then we roll their
Stats.
scores, their stats.
And then we figure out how it all works
his
together.
his personality. I was thinking we would do personality first. We'll just work backwards because this guy's going to be effing insane. That's my plan for him.
Okay.
I want him to be this weird, like my idea is
so he had all of his views are contrary to Morosis, correct?
Yeah.
So your underworld is very political, and Morosis is one side, and this guy's the other side.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Morosis is mostly for no slaves. No slaves have have the classes and the workers and stuff. But this guy is like a ruthless. He's not ruthless. He's insane. He's going to be insane. The way that he runs the place is going to be freaking insane. It's going to be hilarious. Because the Drow Empire in the underworld, they only care about their one. The underworld doesn't have a lot of water, doesn't have a lot of elements. There's not a lot of trade the further you go down. But what they can trade are bodies. So slavery is a main component of their economic system. So to take that completely away from them would almost ruin them. So,
well, when you say insane, I always think of extreme.
Yes.
Of like their actions are extreme.
Yes.
Or compared to what everyone else is doing.
Yep.
What might cause them to go that route? It could be many different. It can be an environmental thing of they interacted with some spore or some creature. Could be they are seeking power, or they want to build something to memorialize them for all time because they think they're so great, like low.
It could be also fear,
or they're afraid of the people from up above,
right,
from the land, and they're going to want to try and protect their area as much as possible.
Yeah, and all they know is that
all of that.
The Upper Dark is trading nutrients and water and textile to them for bodies, which the Upper Dark need to produce the textile, whatever, slave trade. Yeah. But that's the economy down there. But let's talk about this guy. Now, this guy's the ruler of that. So
yeah. Every time I make my big bads, I always go to, if no one interfered with them in any way, what would they do? What is their most important thing they want to do in this world? So what does this guy want to do more than anything else in this world?
Oh, he's insane. So probably.
Here's the thing: what would a normal Drow leader in your world want to do as
the normal Drow leader would want to maintain and keep things going and make sure that his culture and his population is watched over and happy. This guy is absolutely insane. So maybe
you could go the extreme version of that. So a Drow supremacist.
A Drow supremacist. Oh, so he's going to be like a...
He wants the Drow to take over all of the Underdark.
Just about to say he wants to go down.
And he wants to take over all the other layers and make Drow.
In his mind, the Upper Dark need their bodies and so they capture people Maybe
Mhm.
they have a portal somewhere and they just steal people, and then they sell them back up to the Upper Dark for textiles. He is using textiles to go down further, and maybe he wants to get further down because maybe he thinks that there's a shadow down there. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is in search of the Gray Skull.
Maybe his goal is to alternate his reality, which is what the Gray Skull is.
Mm,
You're on fire. Doesn't necessarily need to be that, but once
nope.
someone says that, he's going to go insane. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So let's
I think
take.
we have his personality and
Yeah.
what he's after.
He wants to. He wants to alter his reality, which means anything but where he's at.
Hmm.
That as a ruler is hilarious. Okay. So let's start off. We have his personality.
So now stats.
I think
Stats, then the tables.
yes, that's in the tables. Okay, I'm going to roll with my handy dandy. Why don't you roll charisma?
I am going to be using my casino dice since this guy is crazy
That's hilarious.
and gambling in a casino is crazy.
Yeah, it's not advised, but when you win, you win.
Ooh. Ooh. 9,
He's not very.
which fits with his insanity.
He thinks he's charismatic.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna write thinks he's charismatic. Everything is gonna be sort of opposite. So he thinks he's charismatic,
Yeah.
and
Wisdom.
let's see, 10, 13. He is
Not
wise. He thinks he's charismatic. He knows he lacks a little oomph when he talks. When he he thinks he's charismatic, but he knows he doesn't please the crowd.
bad. He has the confidence going into the speech, but he has the wisdom to understand that he bombed it at the end.
That's funny.
Ooh, not terrible. 14 intelligence.
Wow, that's pretty good.
2 6s, a 2, and a 1.
So he knows he bombs the speeches. He has
a good he writes really good speeches.
to the wrong people.
He just can't deliver them, and he realizes how bad he is at the end.
He knows, yeah, that's hilarious. So he knows he thinks he's a charismatic ruler, but he knows the people do not like what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
But he's intelligent enough to know it doesn't really matter, which also makes it sort of.
Or he's intelligent enough to be insane about it. So he knows people are unhappy about it, but he doesn't care because he believes that he is so smart and his path is the only right path
to keep drilling.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Constitution. This guy is going to die. A 4-3-1-1. So he's got an 8 Constitution. He gets sick a lot.
Well, maybe that's what made him go insane. He got poisoned or something happened.
He has a family. He's got a family chromosome, or he's missing a chromosome. He's missing a chromosome. Maybe that's it. He's missing a chromosome, making him insane.
Potentially.
Is he dexterous?
12.
Not bad.
Not bad. Above average.
When he gives his speeches and he coughs a lot because he's missing that chromosome, he can tell that he's not giving a good speech and knows the crowd doesn't like it, but he thinks he's charismatic.
He catches himself as he stumbles off the stage.
He stumbles and catches himself.
When he hears those boos,
yeah,
it trips him up a little.
They don't boo him because it's not a 9. A 9 is not.
They don't boo him because they're afraid of him.
Yeah, they're just kind of like they get the eyes. He gets the eyes and strength. 12. So this guy
12.
is easy kill. He's not very strong.
So I need to pull up something.
This guy needs a little oomph in him, but okay. So that's
Okay.
the guy. So we've got it. So he thinks he's this ruler of the Underdark, wants to change his reality. He's not happy where he is. He's not going to let people know he's not happy. He thinks he's a lot more charismatic than he is. He's wise enough to know that when he talks and gives orders, people don't like it. He's intelligent enough to give good orders. He is missing a chromosome somewhere that fights off illnesses and whatever. He is meh on strength and dexterity. So which chart? So we always use the Game Master's book of non-player characters until we find something better. But this one seems to be pretty damn good for our use. Which small town should we do? Common folk? Should we do outside, outskirts and outposts, or should we? Did they have an Underdark?
I don't think they have an Underdark one.
Should we do something else?
But
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking a lot of different things about this guy.
Like what?
Like what class he is. I'm thinking he could be a cleric to the Beholder who has the Gray Skull.
He could be. Yeah, he could be.
Or a cleric to Bane secretly.
Well, we'll have to. We're gonna roll for it.
Yeah.
That's why we roll. Roll high and subscribe. All right, let's do. Should we do? Let's see. To big city.
It's on my table.
I have it, so I'll read it to you. It's not a big deal. Small town tenants. Well,
want him to come from a small town.
Well, I think he was born and raised in. He's definitely born. You know what? Maybe he was born and raised on the outskirts of the town. So maybe a small town tenant, or maybe even an out. Let's go to the outskirts. Yeah, let's do outskirts because he definitely didn't deserve. I feel like someone had to have died. Oh, you know what? Because Moses is the true heir, or the true mayor, let's say.
Right.
He somehow cheated and got elected, and this is where he is. Let's make him on the outskirts.
Yeah. So
page
200?
Yeah, page 200. Now we're gonna do this backwards.
Right.
So
we'll go third page.
Yeah, third page. Third page. What is he?
What is he carrying?
205. What is he carrying?
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
An 11.
3 bags of brine, shrimp laced with a deadly toxin.
A brine shrimp laced with a deadly toxin.
3 bags of brine shrimp.
So maybe that's why his constitution is so bad. Because he's addicted to some toxic diet.
That's so funny. Or maybe that's how he just he's intelligent enough to know that he can put poisoned shrimp in a cocktail,
or he thinks
a charcuterie board or whatever.
The poison is giving him special powers.
I think that's how he kills his foes. He's not very. He manipulates them and tries to poison them, but he's not very charismatic. So he tries
That's how he stays in power, by killing all those other.
He tried to have Moses over to kill him with a cocktail hour with shrimp and everything, and he wasn't charismatic enough to get the actual man over there, but he killed almost everyone that voted for him. So that's how he got, All right, secrets or obstacles. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna flip to the
Next page.
203. Yeah, 203.
Yep.
9. He turns into a were-tiger at night.
So
Okay.
the other wisdom class, he could be a druid.
Wow. Which goes with he's
were-tiger.
anti-Sprock.
Yeah.
He turns into a were-tiger at night, but he doesn't know what night is because there is no night in the Underdark. It's just
He
constant.
thinks it's random.
Yeah, but when the moon up top revolves, and it's a full moon, he
Mhm.
randomly turns. But I don't think he's intelligent to know that he did it. But that's the thing he's missing, the chromosome. Okay, so he's a were-tiger. Doesn't know it.
Mhm.
And what are his wants and needs? Flip the page.
Next
201.
page. Wants and needs. Natural 20.
Oh boy, we love those. Who wants to sell you a second-hand horse and cart? Wants to sell you second-hand horse and cart. So maybe his.
His family business.
I mean,
How
listen.
they make money is
Listen, the
a used
textiles.
car salesman.
Listen, he owns a lot. His textiles. He has a lot of second-hand stuff, and he wants to sell you that.
He's not using it anymore, and he doesn't want to maintain it or get rid of it. He doesn't want to dump the value.
Or here's the thing. Maybe there's something in that cart that is a tracking device. Or are you going down? Well, here, take this with you. Maybe he thinks that thing will help him.
Ah, interesting.
It doesn't necessarily.
I like that.
It doesn't necessarily mean a family business. It could just mean
Doesn't mean
there's something in the cart he wants to sell you.
Yeah, something.
He wants
behind that.
Yeah,
later.
he wants to sell you something he wants to sell you in the cart as a front.
I like that.
I'm gonna write
Back
cart.
to 205.
Let's see if you remember this in 8 years when we get there.
No, I will not remember any of this.
I'm gonna try my hardest. I have it here. Oh, my turn. Brief description. Oh, this is good. This is good. We're getting there. Oh, 2. Okay, rectangular head and a foxtail necktie.
Yeah.
So he also what's a rectangular head?
His head is square.
He's missing a chromosome. And he wears a necktie, a foxtail necktie.
A fuzzy. What's a foxtail necktie? A fuzzy necktie?
Yeah, like
an actual fox's tail.
Let me look that up. I have to know this to get this image in my mind.
I know. I'm on Google right now.
Necktie.
A foxtail?
Here, foxtail necktie. Yeah. Yep.
All right, so he's a druid.
Can you see that? Hold on, where is it? There.
Where? Hold on. Yeah.
So he's insane. That's perfect.
He is insane.
That's his. So he looks like a clown. So, Hero Forge, where we're going to be creating our guy, we're not going to be creating him tonight.
No, that's going to take way too long.
I have a deal, not a deal, but I have reached out to Hero Forge. We are going to, first off, roll high and subscribe. We are going to be using Hero Forge, where we create all our minis for our games. Not to create money, but just because that's the best way we think digital Dungeons and Dragons should be played. I'm gonna be creating him. It's gonna be hilarious. I'll post his character image in the comments. But going forward, I will create something on OBS so we can click on a button and have Hero Forge and randomly make one.
Nice.
for next time. But okay, so right now he's a rectangular head, foxtail
Mm-hmm.
necktie. He wants to sell you his cart. He's a were-tiger at night, and he carries around toxic shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
What is his last name? This is a big one. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
and he also wants to change reality.
Yeah.
His reality.
Yes. 203. Let's find out. 11. Argot.
Argot. Did we have an
Argot.
Argot before?
I don't think so.
Something Argot. All right, and his first name.
Prior page.
Yeah, 201. Come on, baby. Don't be weird. Amal Argot. I'll deal with it.
Amal. AA.
AM. Yeah, A squared. A Elvish for 2.
That's how he cheated, is he had everyone's vote automatically go to the first person on the ballot.
Yeah, he squared his Elvish language. The 2 in Elvish is a ta. But what's the symbol? I have no idea. I don't know what that is. There we go. It's like two J's together is 2 for
Two
Elvish
J's.
that are connected at the
Mhm.
top. All right, so Amal Argot is the emperor of the of Trident is the name
Trident.
of
Yeah.
is in the middle dark. And he's got strong ties toward the Gray Skull. That's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's gonna lead us down there.
He's going to be insane, absolutely insane. And I cannot wait to world build this, because how does he have mind flayers enslaved? There's going to be a lot of mind flayers there that are enslaved. There's going to be a lot of it is going to do with trading bodies. I got to figure out what bodies he's trading. Probably
Here's
going
how
to be.
here's how you enslave your mind flayers. You enslave an elder brain.
Oh yeah,
Then then everyone else, he controls all the other mind flayers beneath him.
interesting. Or
That's his personal army
maybe he has the last tadpoles of a colony
of the
held.
Gray Colony
Yeah, and so yeah,
of Lumerthric.
yep. Maybe his connection to the. I don't know. He's gonna have some powerful items. Certainly, that's giving him some juice, because his stats.
Well, he may not have items. He may just have a feat connecting him to something.
Yeah.
Giving him all sorts of power. He doesn't need items on him.
Why
He's
don't
insane.
you roll his? Now we know he's a drow, which means he's a drow. Isn't that his
Yeah.
race? That's his
Mhm.
race.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll his class
Oh,
just from the basics, or should we open it up?
I mean, if you want to do the full D12
Yeah.
of anything, I mean, his stats are reasonable. A
To
lot
just
of
pick one?
12s.
Should we just pick one?
No, I'll roll it. I'll happily roll.
We don't gamble at
Gamble
casinos.
Argots.
We only gamble at 4 years of
2.
gameplay.
Let's see. Let's pull up this little handy
That's gonna
dandy.
be a barbarian, isn't it?
No. Gotta put you away. You away. This is weird. A bard.
Wow.
A
Wow.
terrible bard.
Terrible bard.
He tries to sing or play an instrument and just
They're out of
is
tune.
horrible out of it. Yeah.
Out of tune. That's funny. He's a bard. So I feel like
that's why it looks ridiculous with that foxtail tie.
I feel like he's going to have something that makes him a little bit more intelligent than he is. but he's going to be very manipulative. He's got to be very manipulative, which is why he wants
Mhm.
to sell you his cart. Maybe he just like does the Trojan horse type thing to everyone. He's intelligent enough to know that Trojan horse works. He's not charismatic enough to know that everyone knows that it already happened. Like he's done it to everyone.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Love it. Amal Argot.
Roll high and subscribe.
Roll high and subscribe. We'll be playing him in probably a
Couple years.
couple of years, but we'll keep that on the back burner.
This is Valley. Valley sacrificed himself because he only rolled low. Don't be a Valley. Roll high and subscribe.